Welcome to a video, and in this video we're going to be looking at a bit of graphics in Python. And you wouldn't normally associate graphics with Python, but there are some ways of doing it by using an interesting library called Turtle. So in this first part, we've got to task 1, we've got to open a new Python file and add this code, and let's see what this code is doing. So let's open up file, new Python GUI, and pop that code in there, and let's run that. Okay, and I'm going to call it elsa.py, and let's see what that does. Okay, it doesn't do anything very exciting, but the turtle has actually drawn an arrow. So the question is, what is it doing? Because you've got to put a screenshot here, but explain what the code is doing. So to look at code, let's have a quick look at what it's doing. So it's import turtle. So when we know about imports, that means it's something to do with a library. Okay, and also we've got it's made a variable. It's called a variable. Created a variable called Elsa. Okay, and we've got some bit of turtle code here. Don't worry about that at the moment. And then it's saying Elsa dot forward 100. Okay, and that's 100 pixels. Okay, we could put 200 in and then run it, and that would go a little bit more. Okay, so that makes it a little bit longer. So that's a bit about what the code is doing. So we learned about this library called Turtle. We've created a variable also where we can move forward. Okay. The next part is to add a little bit of extra code. And in this code here, what you need to do is just copy it from your Word document, go into here and just replace this part. So we've got right, forward, right, forward, right, forward. Okay, so if we can imagine what it's going to do, it's just doing it, it's not in a loop, it's just reading the code from here to here. There's no loop, there's no fors or ifs or whatever, it's just going to do it once over. Okay, got a few question marks there just to to get you thinking and have a think about what those might be. Okay, and what we're actually going to be doing is making a square. So right would be 90. Okay, if we put any other values in, it could be a completely odd shape. So this is actually going to make a square. So run that. Okay. Oops. So why is that not working? Can you guess why it's not working? What bit of code do you think we need? Okay, you guessed it, we need another right in there, don't we? So we've got the forward and right. Let's run that. Okay. Try that again. Yep, and then put the 100 in there as well. So we're missing actually 2 lines of code in. Okay. It's all about just problem solving. Okay. That should work now. Absolutely perfect. So what it's doing, the right is making it actually turn a particular way, and the forward's making it go that way. Okay, so that's the next part. Okay, and obviously screenshot in there. And now, how could you make this this code a little bit more efficient using the for loop? Okay. So what we want to do is get the actual okay, so I was just having a bit of a problem with my timer there. I wasn't quite sure if it was recording or not, but we're back in action. So let's talk a little bit about what we're doing here. What we want to do is make our code a little bit more efficient, and what we can use is something called a for loop. And what that does, it's going to count a certain number of times. And in this case, you want to count it 4 times, but actually it's going 0, 1, 2, 3, because obviously in a range we don't count the last number. So it's going to do it 4 times, and then very simply we would just put in Elsa dot forward, okay, and 100. Now we need to put the 2 dots there, okay, and Elsa dot right 90. Okay, so let's run that code and see what happens. So it's going to do the same box, but you were using a for loop, and we're going to make it. You're going to count it 4 times through that until it's done. Okay, so let's run that. And there, it does exactly the same. It's just a more efficient way of doing it. Okay, and if we wanted to go 2 times, it would go, if we put 2, it would be 0 and 1. Okay, so that will just draw a right angle. Okay, just to get the idea to you. Yep. Okay, so let's put that back to there. So where we're up to on the video is, once we've looked at that and had a good think about that, put the screenshot, try to work it out yourself. Okay, and this bit we've got to create a parallelogram. Okay, and you can just copy this code in here. That's not a problem, and get rid of that and just put that in there. Okay, and let's run it. So again, we've got a for loop. We've got a range that's counting twice. Let's see what happens. And then this one is going to create a slightly different shape, a parallelogram. And this is going to help us create our snowflake later on. Okay, so I hope you're getting an idea of the for loops, the counting. There's a loop in that, nested in there. Okay, so snowflake time. Bit complicated instructions, but you can put what it says, you can put loops inside another loop. Okay. And we can make a drawing that looks like a snowflake. So it says here, above the I in range 2, type in range is for I. So they're going to let's put this up here, right? And what we need to do is we just need to pop that in there. Okay, and because we can't have it all running at once, it just run the code once and it will forget that it will syntax. Okay, and what it also says is move to the bottom of your sequence of code and press the space bar 4 times, or we can use the tab key and enter this bit of code, Elsa right. Okay, and let's see what happens. Okay, so pop that in there. We obviously don't just paste it in there. We don't need the A, that's not going to work. And we need it just there. Okay. So what it's doing, it's got 2 loops. So it's counting this sequence here and this 10 times. Okay. And you've got the for loop in here doing this part. So let's run it and see what happens. Ooh, look at that. Looking pretty good. So it's creating this shape here just by using coordinates, forward, movement. We've got an iteration. That looks quite pretty, doesn't it? So you can screenshot that in your Word document here. Fancy a background color. Add this code to your code and add a color. Okay, WN. Okay, equals what? Well, okay. Where do you think it might go? Okay, well, it depends on the sequence, because you can make the color go at the end, so you'd put the actual code at the end, or you could just put it in beginning here. Now, what color would you like? So you could put in, I don't know, green, okay, or blue, or whatever. Okay, and then we can go like this. There we go. We've got a green color. That's cool. We can also change that, okay, and we can change that to blue, or red, okay, there we go. So that's quite pretty, and again you can screenshot that to your heart's content. And Next part is a little bit more fun. Is can you add some random coloured lines? Okay, and what this here is, you need to add 3 lines of code. Okay, to go in there. I'm just going to check that we're recording. Yep, that looks like we're recording. So the next part is to add, as I was just saying, to add in some code for colours. Okay, so what you can do is we need to pop this in. Okay, and we can put so it's called a variable called colours. Okay, it's got a list there, so we can go in here. Colours equals cyan, purple, white, just different colours it's going to create. And this bit, okay, is going to make the different colours. So we're going to put that at the end of that loop here. Okay, so we put the variable there, the colours, we've got that list, and then here it's a alpha.color. Okay, random.choice colors. Okay, so let's run that. See what happens. Ooh. Okay, so what is the problem? What have we not done? So it's using a random. Can you spot what we've done or not done? Have a think. What we've not done is we've not imported the random libraries. When we did the random numbers, you've got to do that for anything random. So let's run that now. Should work fine. Ooh. Oh, spelt import. I'm looking at my code going, oh no, I'm doing a video and it's gone wrong. It's because I spelt it. There we go. Oh, can you see the different colours now? Probably not the best colour to do. We've got whites, we've got different colours here, and so on. So that is how you create some code to create Snowflake. You've got random colours, you can play around with the colours, whatever you want to, and screenshot there. And the final bit is, can you make different colour shapes? Also try to make different shapes as well. Have a little play with the coordinates, see what happens, and then go on to the evaluation section. Okay, I hope you enjoy that, and speak to you soon.